We're live.
Yeah, we are.
We are.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. We sort of felt the need to hop on today. It's been a while anyway, but we're just trying to process yesterday and going forward.
Yeah.
In our world.
Yeah.
I think I'm certain everybody that would be watching us knows about what happened yesterday in Uvalde, Texas. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning.
We just needed to sort of process it with you. If you have anything to vent, say, please put it in the comments on either Facebook or YouTube. You can do comments, and we will address you. And good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Thank you guys for joining us. We just need to. This is more for us.
Yeah, totally. I mean, because it was a lot of just me by myself yesterday watching the news while I was working all day, and it's.
Well, I was at rehearsal, just crying on my own.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I didn't have to do a lot yesterday, so I was just kind of sitting there on my own doing things. But it's horrific, and it just keeps happening, and we normally try to keep the show pretty light, but I don't see how we can do that today. It's this keeps happening. We all know why. Those of you who would watch us, we all know why it keeps happening. Because
guns. Because kid bought an AR-15, and
because he could.
Because he could, yeah. And I'm from Texas. So, like anytime, especially when these things happen, either in California, which is now my home, or in Texas, where I was born and raised, especially in that area, because my mother is from there. She's not from Uvalde, she's from Hondo, but it's about 45 minutes. San Antonio, Uvalde, Hondo, like, very familiar with that area. So it's just devastating. It's really just truly devastating because, there's so many talking points that have just been repeated over and over again, but it's the same thing of like they didn't do anything after Sandy Hook. And to hear Chris Murphy speak yesterday on the floor, he's a senator from Connecticut, and he and Fred Guttenberg, Parkland dad, they've been working tirelessly to try to move any legislation on this, And I just, I can't even wrap my head around it. I mean, these kids are fourth graders.
Third graders, second graders.
Teachers in this school, in these types of schools, they give their everything, Mm-hmm. They give their everything for these kids. And, I don't know.
No, it's unfathomable that we haven't. I was certain after Sandy Hook, surely, seeing all of these preschoolers
babies
slaughtered,
that
something had to be done, and nope. Why did we give so much power to the NRA? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I know it's money. I understand that on a basic level, but how evil do you have to be to let the NRA control whether or not our children live?
Speaking of, NRA has their conference going on this weekend in Houston. Hasn't been canceled. All of these assholes who are tweeting their thoughts and prayers, Ted Cruz, McConnell. Ted Cruz is speaking at this thing. Greg Abbott is speaking at this thing. Trump is speaking at this thing. Guess what's not allowed when Trump is there? Guns. They're not allowing guns in there.
Yeah.
And then the argument of Ted Cruz is like, I want to put arms. Yeah. If anybody wants to take one for the team, they're having a conference this weekend.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Houston.
But Ted Cruz is saying there should be, we should have armed guards. So Uvalde
That's
has
the solution?
Well, Uvalde's school district does have a police force, and there were police officers at the school, and the kids still got in. So,
yeah, that doesn't do a thing. And
it's guns. It's guns.
How are we okay? Well, we're not, but how are we okay with having to put a metal detector in our schools now? I get that's been a long time now, but in our elementary schools, Like, why should our kids have to go through a metal detector and have armed guards?
Well, I mean, and the sad thing is there's a lot of Jewish schools that have to do that already. I was texting with my friend Ashley and her kid's preschool because it's at a synagogue.
Yeah. It's insane. We know the problem is guns. Yes. Mental illness, yes. But guess what? Mentally ill people without guns don't kill people as often, let's say, or as readily as.
And there's mentally ill people everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
In every country.
But when you can get a hold of a gun and you're evil, mentally ill, and you have a gun, it's the perfect storm. So we all know. Look, I have people that I love in my life that are conservative and Republican, and I do love them. But this is the time, I think, any of us who have people like that in our lives, we gotta say, like, they can't be in favor of this at this. I mean, you can't.
No.
Be a good person and think that it's okay that anybody can get an AR-15 and that our kids keep getting slaughtered. It's just not okay. And this is the time that I think we really need to speak to those people in our lives from our hearts and say, talk to your represent. These are the people that represent you.
Yeah.
These guys represent you. They don't represent me.
Yeah. Yeah.
They represent you. You're allowing this.
Yeah.
Don't allow it anymore. Because I can't imagine those. And it's, yesterday they were saying 14. It's 19 kids.
It's 19 kids now and 2 adults.
19 kids, 2 teachers.
His grandmother was shot, but she's in critical condition still.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to, there are a few names that have been released.
Yeah.
That I want to
and images.
Say. Xavier Lopez, Amerit Joe Garcia, Usaya Garcia, Anabel Guadalupe Rodriguez, Irma Garcia, Eva Mireles. The last 2 are the teachers. I don't want to say his name. Keep them in your minds. I want to.
And here's I was thinking about this because there is a lot of, we're all very angry and frustrated and tired at this point, but there's a lot of, fuck your prayers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I would say, though, in this community, prayer is probably pretty important, So I think it's okay to say, yeah, you have our thoughts and our prayers. On top of, we need to actively do whatever we can to make sure we're voting, because it's the only way. Even if it seems like it's not doing anything, it really truly is so important to keep voting, to keep trying to move, especially at the local level, trying to get people in there. And we got to get Ted Cruz out. Beto's running for governor, which is fantastic, but he can run for governor, but we still have those asshole senators in Texas, Cruz, Cornyn, all those other people that need to be voted out.
Yeah.
McConnell needs to get out of there.
Yeah.
Fuck Kristen Sinema. Those people that are holding a filibuster. So,
No, it's just all. I don't understand how. I don't understand how they sleep. I don't.
I don't understand how Cruz can go out there and make the statements that he does and then sleep at night. I
don't know if you saw any of Ruben Gallego's tweets yesterday.
Oh yeah.
But he look up Ruben Gallego. He had some great tweets back to mostly Ted Cruz, Kristen Sinema, Daryl Issa too. He's here.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. I know we had to come on here because we just needed to vent, but we've said it. It's been
we've been
since
saying
before
it, yeah.
Sandy Hook, but Sandy Hook should have been the end.
Columbine should have been the end. That should have just been it. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. After Columbine, that should have been it. We've been saying it, but it's.
Someone made the point yesterday that the Columbine kids have kids that are now the ages of the kids that were involved in the tragedy yesterday.
I can't imagine the trauma. The PTSD they're experiencing.
All the parents and all the people.
Yeah.
let's be very clear with what's been going on. Like, parents are having to go and give swabs of DNA so they can identify their children.
Yeah. 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 I can't, can you imagine waiting outside that school to find out if your child is walking out of there? I can't imagine.
It's the end of the school year too. People were celebrating and getting ready for elementary school graduations, and
Yeah.
and I mean it's just horrific.
Yeah. I was going to try to share some photos, but there's a quote for Xavier Lopez: "Loved to dance with his mom, looking forward to a summer of swimming." Guess what he doesn't get to do anymore?
And let's be very clear also, again, about this. Like, gun violence is a very real thing that happens on a daily basis in schools. Like, my mother's vice principal for many years. And having to deal, they're not mass shootings all the time. Sometimes they're just domestic violence issues, custody battle issues. But it's on a daily basis at schools.
Yeah.
And the issue is guns.
Yeah.
Is guns.
It's, yeah. I mean, I just saw a list of how many schools there have been shootings in, and I mean, I'm gonna start at the top and scroll for you. Here's you won't be able to see it. Oh, there we go. I just want to show you how long this list is. It's still going.
Yep.
It's still going. It's ridiculous. We got to get out. We got to start really. I know we were all really inspired in 2020, and we made some change. It's not time to sit back. I know it's not a presidential election year, but this is the year we put people into the Senate and into Congress, and we have to. We got to use our votes. You got to talk to the people in your lives. This is the time. There's a lot of things they're not going to, hedge on. I know abortion is one that the people in my life are not going to hedge on.
But that's another thing that's
right.
We got to rest up for.
We're going to save the unborn babies and not the live babies. We're not going to save the live babies. I'm not sure what the distinction is. If you believe, life begins at conception. What's the distinction? Why aren't we saving our live babies? But that being said, I know that the people in my life wouldn't hedge on abortion, but this is something, gun control. I heard 80% of America, the numbers kind of change. Whether or not you support gun rights, 80% of America supports gun control, supports background checks. It is only the people in office and the NRA who are allowing this. It is directly them. So we have to get them out. We have to use our votes. We've got to, something's got to be, we can't just be sitting back and watching this happen over and over again.
Yeah.
It's not okay. I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm frustrated. And I think that's a lot of us feeling the same way. And I kept thinking yesterday, I can't shake this off. I can't shake this off. And I shouldn't shake it off.
No.
We shouldn't shake this off. This should not become, it has become the norm. Oh God, another school shooting. We should be shocked, fucking shocked every single time. And we should be this angry and this sad every single time.
I mean, like, you literally can't do anything without the fear. I mean, like,
No.
Those poor people in Buffalo just grocery shopping.
No. You're not safe because people have access.
Yeah. Yep.
That shouldn't have access to weapons that nobody needs. We don't need them. Mm-hmm. Unless you're on a battlefield, you don't need these weapons. If you're a SWAT team, you might need it. You don't need these weapons. So I love my, I have family that have guns. They are respectful. They don't own automatic rifles.
Yeah.
Nobody's trying to take away. We know this. We're speaking to the choir, and I know this, but We're not, in case anybody happens to catch this, that does not believe how we believe. Nobody's trying to take away the guns. We're not trying to take away. We're not trying to take away your right to have a gun. We're trying to take away the right to have an automatic rifle and have common sense background checks and waiting periods. And you should not just be able to go into a store and buy any gun.
Or go to a dealer. Like these
you just shouldn't.
Weird. Yeah.
The gun shows. That's one of the biggest culprits. The gun shows.
Yeah.
It's not okay. Please go protest if you're in Houston. Go protest the NRA if they're having this conference.
Yep.
Get out there. Speak your mind. I'm not sorry. I was going to say I'm sorry we're being a bummer, but I'm not sorry. It has to happen today.
No, and do what you have to do to take care of yourself, because things are looking pretty bleak on a lot of levels. So do what you need to do to
after
recharge.
2 years, 2.5 years of COVID, and now and all of this. Yes, take care of yourselves. Part of taking care of yourself might just be venting like we're doing right now.
Yeah. Turn off the news for a little bit. I know it's really hard because I feel like I have some weird duty to keep informed, but we can be informed without sitting there with it being re-traumatized. But you can make calls. You can get involved with other elections. Like if you want to support Beto, you can text for Beto. You can send out postcards, protest. Go to Houston if you're in that area. And I wanted to say, I tweeted this yesterday. If you're feeling helpless and you're in the area, there's an emergency blood drive happening in Uvalde today. If you're in San Antonio, any of those areas, I'm sure you can go to the American Red Cross and donate blood. I mean, there's already a national shortage, and so even
here in LA,
like this,
you can donate. They'll take the blood where it needs to go. Donate here if you can. I know several people that do donate, so please go on out there. It's something. It's something.
It's something.
So you're right.
It's
the point about the news. I mean, I don't do that anyway. I can't sit in front and just keep watching the news. I can't do it. I get my news by reading it for the most part, and then I'll watch a video. So, but just don't let yourself get consumed. It's too horrible to let yourself get consumed by it, and it will paralyze instead of motivate you.
Yeah.
And remember, the MSNBC. I love MSNBC and I love CNN, but remember that they are corporations, and they are going to use this. Fox News, obviously, Newsmax.
Yeah,
fuck all of them. But they're all corporations, and they use this
for profit.
So keep that in mind as you have it going all day long. Keep it in mind that they're doing it because they're making money. Yes, they're getting some news out there, but they're also it's mutually beneficial to them. So don't get lost in it. Watch some shows. I mean, that's my advice.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what to do, but if I could, that's what I would tell you not to do. All right. Well, all right, everybody. Activate. Take care. Speak up. Vote. And, Chris. Chris, is it okay if I share this? I would love to share this if I can, Chris. Send me a little message if you can.
Well, I'll start with, I feel like I mention this every time there's a freaking shooting, but as somebody, my ex is a gun owner, I'm sure. But he's Canadian, and they do common sense background checks there and workshops and things like that. In fact, part of the background check is that they go to your ex-girlfriends or partners and ask about, do you think this person should have a gun? Mind you, not automatic rifles.
No. I'm going to show Chris this. He's given permission. He has a background in the service, as you can see from his picture there, and as an LEO. I have been An avid gun owner nearly my entire life, I've seen the worst humanity has to offer up close and personal. NRA is a piece of shit and I won't join. I agree with your message 100%. Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
And the NRA started out as an organization to teach gun safety and how to properly use them, and now
Ironically.
it's just
Oh, it's just for money. It's just money. It's money.
yeah,
It's money.
and power and control.
Right. Which they have.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to take it away. All right. Everybody, go into your day gently. Take care. Take care of business. And like I said, activate, vote. And take care of yourselves. And
Yeah.
keep these 19 children and 2 adults in your minds today, and all of their families and other children at that school and other teachers at that school who will now live with this the rest of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them in your hearts. Please be a good human. That's the bottom line. That's really the bottom line. Thank you, Joey. All right, everybody. Hopefully we'll see you on a more upbeat broadcast, but for now,
I wouldn't count on it.
please. All right. We'll see you soon. Thank you, Pinky. Bye. We'll see you soon.
Bye, Pinky.